Hello everyone, it is me Actavia and welcome to another episode of The Spoonful, where I get to dive deep into the lives of our very special guests. So today's very special guest is a makeup artist, a wig stylist, a Wizard of Oz connoisseur, and she is the baby doll of Dundee.
Hello!
It's Ellie Diamond. Oh my god, my fucking headpiece, I'm so excited to have you. How are you doing, my love?
I'm very fabulous, baby doll of Dundee.
Baby doll of Dundee.
Ex baby doll of Dundee.
Why? Oh yeah, because you're in Manchester, obviously.
Yeah.
I know I'm just gonna have to take this off at one point, but it's fine. Why do you call yourself the baby doll of Dundee?
You know what's so I had like a different like Dorothy entrance when I first came there, so I had a whole different setup.
Okay.
There. And then when we were there, we had to like figure it out because the Dorothy entrance wasn't working, and so I was like, well then I'll just wear this baby doll dress, and they're like, that's cute, yeah, baby doll of like and I was like Dundee, and they're like,
so you just ran with it?
Yeah, it was just ran with it.
I mean, it kind of works for the best because would you have preferred to have
I'm very glad. No, I'm very glad I went with what I did. Everything happened for a reason, and she doesn't now regret it. But she now looks back and she's like, "Why the fuck did I walk in as Dorothy?" Like,
yeah, because she never does anything to do with
cosplay.
Dorothy. Whereas, like you are literally you're actually gonna kill me. I've never seen the Wizard of Oz.
That's okay.
I've never seen it, but like
killing her.
But like, why are you so obsessed with Wizard of Oz?
I don't know, it's just great. I mean, I did like a little Dorothy thing to do with my little blue gingham. Yes. I don't know, I just love like the film, just the fantasy of it, and like I think I discovered the film at a very, very young age, so I was very much like inspired by the fun creativeness of that other world.
What did you think of Wicked?
Oh, I loved Wicked. Oh, I'm so excited for part 2. Part 2 is gonna just eat.
Is that actually coming out this year?
Yes, in November.
How have they done that so quickly though? Or did they do
I think they filmed it all at once.
Oh, okay. See,
but then there was like a bit of a break in between because there was like a thing with like people getting paid for stuff.
So, the preface of the show is for me to just get to know you a little bit better, along with the viewers. So, obviously, you are from Dundee. Is that correct?
Can you see my Crocs? Yes.
You're from Dundee.
Born and bred again.
Bred again. You love a bit of breeding, don't you?
Excuse me. Yes.
Excuse me. Yes.
I was trying to go somewhere else with breeding, as in like. Well, when I was younger, yes, we used to breed cattle and horse. No, that's Chanel. To be fair, she's the sheep shaggers.
She is. Well, speaking of you being speaking of you being younger, what were you like as a kid?
Oh, to be fair, I've had much memory of my childhood. It would be amazing. But what I've been told, I was very creative. I was always like making things, to be fair, and I always liked to be like hands-on with doing stuff. I never really paid attention much in school. Didn't enjoy school much. Mouthed off and was naughty a lot of the time. Yeah.
Why do I feel like I can't imagine you mouthing off at like a teacher?
Really?
But I don't know why, but for some reason I would imagine you being like
look at me like shut. I'm like, really? No, that was the complete opposite.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would get in trouble a lot in school. I was kicked out of school.
You were kicked out of school? Wait, high school or primary?
Oh, it's different in America because I lived in America for a few years as well.
What?
Do you not know this?
Oh my god, I have to research, but no, I didn't know this. So when did you live in America?
From like 2008 until 2008 till like 2012 maybe.
So how old were you?
Like 7 or 8.
Oh.
To like 11 is when we moved back.
What the fuck? Where in America did you live?
Colorado, Grand Junction, Colorado. 35 Applewood Street, honey.
I was going to say don't dox yourself, but obviously you don't live there now.
Well, I don't live there anymore.
Wait, did you speak about this on Drag Race?
No, not at all.
Why do I feel like... Because it
wasn't really a thing.
Colorado rings a bell, but like, how come you moved to America then?
So my mum was born in Arizona, and she moved to the UK with her mum when she was really young. So she had dual citizenship. So they were like, well, let's just go and try the American dream and like fuck around over there for a bit.
Oh my god.
Fair to say it didn't work out that well and we came right back. But we lived in America for a while. So that was I lived in a school. Right. The school over there was the school that I got kicked out of.
Oh my god. So wait, what made you move back? Was there any specific reason, or did you just kind of prefer it in the UK?
Mum and dad both were just like, yeah, let's just like, some things were just not working. Like, there was a lot of like family stuff going on over there. And it was just like, we don't really need these issues anymore. Let's just move home because that'll fix the problem.
Yeah, but to be fair,
moving somewhere else will just fix it.
Well, yeah, to be fair,
because it worked the first time.
I bet now, especially looking at the state of fucking America right now, you're probably glad that you're out
there. Well, you know what's so funny? The year after we moved back, they legalized marijuana. So the year after we moved back, so I was like, I was 11, so
I was going to say you were so young.
But then even when I moved back to school, I was still smoking cigarettes at the back of school. So it's like, give her, you know what I mean? So I was like, I would have found her eventually.
And also, let's be real. Does that stop you now?
No! Who just said? Who just said your lad?
So obviously you moved back quite young as well. So what was your coming out like?
I just like, I mean, everyone has the feeling, I was going through high school and my high school experience was really traumatic. I wasn't that traumatic. It was fine. Like, I got through it. I think I drew more attention to myself than I probably needed to. But I would dress quite wacky, bizarre, and just like have fun, different clothing on to my school uniform than I was meant to, just because I wasn't supposed to. I was always just trying to be a rebellion without a cause.
I don't know why, but like, because obviously your aesthetic is very like cartoon, very bright, very colourful. I don't know why, but the thought just ran through my mind. Were you like an emo as a kid?
Was I ever a goth?
Were you ever a goth?
No, so it wasn't like goth, I would say, but it was more like, what's like another type of goth? It was sort of like soft goth.
Okay, soft goth.
I'll call it soft goth. I had long hair. It was very much like over the eye sort of aesthetic.
Oh, like the one side.
Yeah.
Did you have like a blue
It was
streak
like the Justin Bieber. No, I didn't have any blue streaks for that. I did start like coloring my hair. Like, my mom and dad hated it. They were like, no piercings, no tattoos, no coloring your hair. It was like, so I hated living in the house I grew up in.
Oh my God.
We had like a full like whole, we're going to like so many different bits of this, but like,
it's fine.
A full like family dynamic when I was growing up about, I would want to say mostly me, but it's just because I'm conceited, but I think it was mostly because of me. But it was like, I was always like, oh, I can't do that. Well, I'm just going to do it a lot more.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like whether your parents are like, you can't do it or you can, you're going to do it regardless. Because with me, my mum and dad were kind of the opposite. My mum was a lot cooler than my dad. And like I remember I got my first tattoo when I was 15. And at school, it's here. But I got my first tattoo when I was 15 with my mum. And when I went to school, I used to literally dye my hair like every 2 days. No word of lie. I think I've dyed my hair like 5 times in one day at one point. And the school never said anything up until they noticed my tattoo. Right. And then they were like, none of this can happen anymore.
How was you got a tattoo? I don't think I ever did colour my hair in school. I think it was just like when I did college or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did you do in college?
Hairdressing, technical theatre. I did technical. Well, I was wanting to go into acting, darling, as every queer does, or just gays. Like, I'm going to do actor. And then they were like, we're going to put you towards technical theatre because that was more like the like set design, lighting.
Okay.
And I was like, actually, you know what? I'm kind of enjoying this. Yeah. So I did that for 2 years. I think it was 2 years. Yeah, I did it for 2 years. And then I was like, cool. Well, I want to go and do makeup and hair for theatre.
Okay.
That was like, and I still want to do it, to be fair. So if you're watching. No. Makeup and hair for theatre. So I went to a course in Glasgow and they were like, well, you need a basic hair and a basic makeup course. So I was like, cool.
Oh, okay.
So I went back to Dundee, got my hair course, and then I applied for the makeup course. Gag. Didn't get in.
Did you not?
Didn't get in!
Oh my God.
Get into the makeup course. I was like, cool.
Was there any reason why you didn't get in? Like, did you...
I mean, there was.
what was it?
What was the reason?
What was the reason?
I mean, as much as I loved doing the hair school, I was mostly like, listen, like, I'm here to learn for myself. I'm not actually going to be making a business from here. I'm not going to go into a salon. I'm not, like, there's so many things with that course that I was like, teach you how to do a roller set, teach you how to do a finger wave, teach you how to tease, teach you how to color, teach you how to cut. Love that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not about to actually, like, get into somebody's scalp. I'm doing this on wigs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
so I was literally just like, well, no, I'm not doing the homework. And well, no, because, so then in the end, I didn't actually pass.
Oh, okay.
But I was very much like, well, no, I did pass, but it was like just by the skin of my teeth.
Okay.
And then they were like, well, you don't really have the gump to like go and like learn makeup. And I was like, but I need that piece of paper to then go into this class in Glasgow. And they're like, well.
So did you end up getting it?
No, I didn't go to the class in Glasgow because I didn't have that piece of paper. You need paper when you do fucking college or build.
I think like it's so annoying. It's so stupid.
Annoying.
Like, I remember with GCSEs and anything like that, it's just like none of it's actually relevant. Like at
all. I've not used I've not used nothing. And now that we've got ChatGPT and Siri, it's literally like
well, I mean, I feel like it's fair for us to say because obviously. Like with drag, you don't need GCSEs and whatever, but I feel like the only reason you need typically GCSEs, even for like a normal job, is if you were to go to uni or whatever, because like you said, you just need the piece of paper. That's all it is.
I think for me, just now in the future, it's like, well, looking back, maybe I should have like actually like in school done like the proper like basic stuff, so I can have the logistics of being like, well, look, here's this, and then here's this.
Yeah.
But then to actually go out and get like some other work, but then drag is all fun and games, but then it's very. I don't know where I'm going with this at all.
No, I know what you mean though, because like sometimes like I've like the only jobs I've had outside of drag is like call center work. But I know
I've never gone into that.
Have you not?
No,
lucky you, because it is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
It is absolutely horrible. So, from what I've read online, you started drag by pausing makeup tutorials using your auntie's face paint. Is that correct?
It is, yeah. Oh, look at you with the face paint. Oh my god, yeah.
Funny enough, I've got face paint on today.
Do you use face paint?
I don't. I use Meron. Thank you very much, Meron.
Mayron.
Yeah, Mayron. Sent me sticks when we first got announced for Drag Race, and they're bloody fab. I've only started using them. So if you want to send me some more Mayron, that would be lovely. But yeah, that's what I use. Gorge.
Face paint. So it was, well, to be fair, I did have makeup. Okay. So then, well, did I? No, actually. You know what is crazy is that I used to watch a little YouTube series called Mark the Panta. And
did you?
Yes, yes. And Mark Zapanta used to made like tutorials on how to make your own liquid lipsticks. And I would take a palette and you would like scrape off all the like eyeshadows and put it in with lip moisturizer, and you'd get like the little thing and it worked. And it was like your matte liquid lipstick. And I think I did that with this.
See, for anyone who doesn't know or hasn't guessed, because you might be dense, it's Zahira, the world top.
Yes, Zahira. Yeah. Zahira from RuPaul's Drag Race UK season 6.
But no, funny enough, before Drag Race, I never somehow, which I'm kind of annoyed, I never come across Zahira's videos as Mark. Like I never came across them.
They weren't like major, but like if you knew one person that then knew that person, that were like that, and that was me being like, well, she was never that big, girl. She was never that big. No, she was actually that big. She was like up there with like Maxi Rainbow, if you never knew them. Oh my god, Maxi Rainbow marks the Hira Panta. And then like Ellis used to do tutorials back in the day.
Oh yes, I used to watch Ellis's.
Like Miss Fame tutorials, Lawrence Cheney tutorials.
I used to watch Lawrence's. Did Lawrence used to do tutorials before Drag Race?
Yeah, she used to do tutorials with BBC Social.
Oh,
so BBC Social would get her on and do like different videos and stuff, and she has a full catalogue of like BBC videos before Drag Race.
To be fair though, I think with Lawrence, I've seen like so much of it because I remember scrolling through their feed like when they first got on Drag Race. Yeah. They used to do such like cool like I don't know. I feel like Lawrence is such an
they used to be really great. I know. That's
not what I'm saying. Yeah, no, but like she.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, I feel like she's underrated with her mug.
Well, you know what's annoying is like now that when I see her, I'm like, girl, yeah, the mug is so stacked. Like she's so fit, she's got it. She knows what she's doing now. But I'm like, I want to see some variation again.
Oh. I mean, I kind of get it though, because like over the last few weeks, I don't know why I'm screaming. Over the last few weeks, I've gotten like a bit like of a burnout where I'm like, oh, I'll just do what I can, get the face on quick. But now, as you can see, I'm trying different things, and sometimes it doesn't look incredible. But no, I get what you mean though. Sometimes it's just having fun and like trying different stuff. Yeah. So how old were you when you got into makeup or drag?
Oh, so I would have been maybe like 13 to 14 then.
Did you get into makeup because of drag, or was it like a makeup then drag?
Like sure, going back to the face paint thing is like me. I maybe had like dabbled with face paint when I was younger, but nothing to the extent of like, oh, there's Adore Delano that I've just watched on TV. Okay. So that was it. My friend Hannah was like, you need to watch this show called Drag Race. And I was like, nah, girl, we'll see about all that. And I was just at hers and she put it on. And Adore was the first Queen season 6 was the first episode we watched.
That is so weird. So I literally was speaking to Chanel. I think it's a Hira as well. Why do there's like so many queens experience watching season 6 for the first time? It's so interesting.
So it was 6 episode 1 with Adore. And I was just like, I want to do that. Yeah. That's the one I want to do. And I remember going to college and speaking to my friend Jack about it, and he was like, wow, there's this queen in Glasgow called Lawrence, and Adore was just in Glasgow, and she did a look, and Lawrence had this bodysuit, Adore Delano Budweiser bodysuit with the red wig on.
Oh, okay.
So I messaged Lawrence being like, where did you get this? And that's how we first started interaction. And that we also spoke about that on Drag Race.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I messaged you about a bodysuit and human hair wig, or whatever. Well, not human hair wig, but no, that's those new girls, honey, with their human hair wigs and bodysuits. But so like doing makeup was very much just like 13, 14. But then Dad found out about the makeup and all the drag because they used to like stay up late and do it.
Yeah.
But then it was like got rid of everything.
Oh my god!
And I was like, well, I kind of want to keep doing this. Yeah. Actually, I'm not going to stop doing this, even though you told me to. So I went to my aunt and I went, "Have you still got your face paints?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Can I have them?" And she was like, "Yeah." So I used the white, the brown, the black, the red, and the blue.
To be fair, that's mostly all you need for
that's all you need.
An actual face.
That's literally all you need. And I'm sure. Bitch, insert picture here. That was literally the first time I think I'd ever put makeup on. Makeup, as in like drag.
You need to make sure that you send me these.
I'm gonna do it. I won't forget.
If you don't mind me asking, obviously you don't have to answer if you don't want to. But you just kind of touched on the fact that I know that when you did come out, your dad wasn't like so accepting of it. Where's that like relationship now, and how did that like kind of affect?
There's a fly. Sorry, I wasn't just like swatting that question away. We're so good now, and that was like when it was like just as we were getting ready for Drag Race, and they were like, right, okay, you need to get your suitcases, and here's your like little stickers you're gonna put in your suitcases. Yeah. So that was at the post office, and I said to my dad, he was like, I need you to help me with some stuff, and we were like kind of building on a relationship, and I had to pick up the like slips that you had to put in your suitcase, and he was like, well, what is in that? And I was like, do you want me to tell you? And he was like, yeah, well, I don't know why I keep it a secret, and I was like, well, no, you open it. So I gave him the envelope to open.
Oh, okay.
And he opened it and he just started crying because he saw like the RuPaul's Drag Race thing. Aww. And I was like, I got on Drag Race. I was like, I'm about to go film Drag Race in like a week. He was like, are you being serious? And I was like, yeah. So he cried a lot in that car. Like we had a massive conversation about it. And yeah, just since then we've just like slowly working on a relationship. And yeah, we're so good now. Like nothing, there's not anything now that I couldn't, well, maybe some things. But there's not anything now that I couldn't say to my dad. I would be comfortable just be myself in front of him with.
Oh, good.
No, yeah. Amazing. No, it's great. It's really great. Really he's done like a lot of self-reflection on himself, and he's done like counseling and all that, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into his tea, but yeah.
No, that's good though. No?
Yeah. It's a thing.
With obviously your aesthetic, I'd say like you're like a character come to life and whatnot. Is that kind of always what you've leaned towards? Like the bright, colourful, Claire's accessories, dustbin shine?
Claire's accessories! you know what? Graham Norton said that, and
Did he?
Yeah, he said that on my finale. And I was dolled up, and he went, it looks like you've just came from Claire's accessories. And I was like,
well, do you know what? When I did my finale, funny enough, I had that dress, and like, to be fair, they weren't wrong. It was literally like jewellery stuck on the thingy. But it was meant to look like jewels, whatever. And then I remember it was either Alan or Graham. So once I said it about, like Claire's accessories, as I'm doing the runway, and I was like, this is...
It would have been great. It would have been great. It would have been Graham.
But sorry, yes, going back to yourself. So yeah, have you always leaned into like the...
cartoony, over-the-top aesthetic style. I think so. Well, to be fair, so it went from like a door, and I was like, cool, let's start with the door. And then I think the first season I watched live was season 9.
Oh, okay, mine was 10.
Aja's season.
Oh, yes.
When Aja came on, who was it? Irene was just speaking about it, being like, you set a generation. That was me. Yeah. God, that was me. I was literally like, girl, get me the purple teal wig, get me the mint outfit with the ostrich trim and that was it. So I was like, right, set for Aja. So she was very much like, and she used to do like the big crazy makeup. Back in the day, her makeup was a lot bigger. She was like, what was it? Her old name?
Aja.
It was like Aja Injection or something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
She used to be wild, and she used to that Aja, her makeup was massive, and I was like, cool, I want to try that. But then I think with doing that, and then looking at Raven and looking at other, I think I just sort of came up with my own face, to be honest. Well, that's what Ruth said. I've always looked at other people's faces, but she's like, I've only just seen you.
No, I think with your face, because it was like quite big on Drag Race, but then after Drag Race, it went really big, and then now it's like.
After Drag Race.
Yeah, after Drag Race, it was like massive. Like gorgeous, but like massive.
Well, it was massive. Looking back, I don't even think it was gorgeous. Because what it was, right after Drag Race was, we were working so much. And as you said, like you want to just like put on a face. Those faces, I used to literally put them for like half an hour faces.
No, it's so easy because they're so like...
It's just shapes and colours. And then literally, once you put all the shapes and colours on, you blend out all the edges and powder it. And it's done. And I literally was like, so they were quick faces. And then we did the season 2 tour. Then my makeup was like,
well, on the season 2 tour, you were doing, is it Cat in the Hat?
I was doing Cat in the Hat. So I had so much on my face and around my face, you only really saw like this and that. So I had to do like bigger lips.
That makes sense.
I really wanted to do bigger eyes as well, so then you could like just see my face on stage. But I always think anytime I do my makeup, I always try to change it up. But then I do have my base face now.
Yeah.
This is my base face. You can do a close up.
So to be fair, I totally get what you mean with that, because I feel like when I first started doing it, I did like really big makeup, and then on Drag Race it was like when I started to learn to do it a little bit smaller. But then after Drag Race, knowing Zahira, she then started to get me into the human hair wigs, and I tried to paint really small and do all that, and it wasn't working. And now I've come, and I was gonna say now I've got a stand.
You've came through. Yeah,
but
you've came through such a makeup journey, like even before Drag Race, like after Drag Race now. Like that's what Drag Race does though.
No, I know, but like, because to be fair, and like, I very much like in the group of people I'm in, whether it's my friend group, just like people I first met, I don't take myself too seriously. People can like take the piss out of me, but people will always like try clock my makeup. But now I'm like, no bitch, I'm actually like, look, puss.
Yeah, she's not too bad, honey.
Yeah, I look pussy.
Yeah.
But going on to Drag Race, which, well, no, we've kind of always spoken about Drag Race, but a bit typical. But in 2020, you got on season 2. Is that when you got on 2020?
I think it was like casting was like, oh, I'm touching this. Like casting was like maybe 2019.
Yeah, cool.
But then 2020 is when we got on.
Yeah, because you are, I would say season 2 was one of the best seasons. Minus season 2.
Wow, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, so I'll blow in the rest of the girls.
But obviously your season was infamous for the pause in production with COVID. So like, before the break happened, because obviously I can imagine you had a totally different mindset after the break. So like, just going into Drag Race, obviously not knowing anything about COVID and whatnot, what was your like experience like? What was your mindset going into Drag Race before that?
I have no idea, to be fair. Like, so when season 1 came around, I literally had just announced my leave for the show that I was running for the past 4 years in Dundee.
Oh, okay.
Bingo Wigs. Now, which it used to be running, it's not running anymore. So unfortunate. Anyways, I forget there's a camera there sometimes. But so I left that show, and that night that I announced my leave, I came back home, looked at my phone, casting for season 1. And I was like, that is such a sign. And I was like, I know I need to go away for a year, practice on myself, like really get my looks together or whatever, and then like apply for season 2. Did that, got on. And so it was literally just like, and then that last year I was working in McDonald's as well. That was like the McDonald's year. Which is like half of my story on Drag Race, but I only like worked there for a year, not even a full year, to be fair. And I was like, I need some time off. Like, well, you kept me. And I was like, I'm going. I was like, I'm literally off. It was so funny. And then going into it, I was just very much like, well, I'm just going to show the package of what I've made. I stayed up all night, all day, literally just like for the past like however many weeks, just like getting shit done. So I was just excited to be there. And then when I knew Lawrence was there as well, I was just excited to be there and experiencing that with Lawrence. So that was fun. And then when it got to like just before we're about to leave, it was just getting a bit like tense and a bit like, oh, here we go. Like, because we all kind of had like little drips about knowing that COVID was like a thing, but we didn't really know like that we were going to like have a production shutdown. One person did, however, know that we were going to have a production shutdown.
Who?
Just kept it very silent.
Who?
And I'll let you decide on who that is.
Can I know? And I promise you I'll cut it out.
No, I'll not say it.
But you did.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
Fair enough. But when that did happen, like, what did that, like, do you remember your reaction when that actually, like, what the fuck was going on?
Well, initially we were all like, oh my god, like, what in the hell just happened? Ginny just walks out.
Yeah, literally.
And then this, like, we were just like, okay, well, we'll just go back into the workroom. And then it was a bit dramatic. Some girls were getting on it. And then the siren went off and we just had to go look over. To be fair, when we were first there, they didn't like, they were like, just look up to the screen and react like something bad's happened. So we're like,
oh yeah, so was it actually on the screen?
No.
Okay.
No, so we were still in the unaware of what was going on. And then literally, our producer was like, okay, now hold it, keep the reaction, 3, 2, 1. Cameras were dropped, everyone left the room. It was like that.
What the hell?
Literally, it was so crazy. One producer came in and was like, so the state of the COVID-19 is obviously getting to an outrage and we're going to have to shut the site down. Everyone started crying, like bawling their eyes out. And then the next moment, all the cast and crew came in, and I mean everybody, RuPaul and that were not there. Like, the judges weren't there, but everyone else, main producers, cast, camera crew, so many folk. Right after they like split everyone out, and then they all came back in, I was like, that's crazy. Literally so many folk there, and they were like, great season, guys. Literally, like, you've done so good. We're just going to have to, like... So now I was like... But they didn't say anything about, like, what we're doing next.
Yeah.
So then we're like, well, what are we doing now? And they're like, we're all going home. Like, you need to pack up your stuff and you're all going home tonight.
That is so... You went home that night?
We went home that same night.
Well, for those of you who watch Drag Race, you probably know, but I imagine... obviously, that was after the lip sync, whatever. That was probably like late in the evening as well, wasn't it? I'm guessing.
It was maybe like 10 o'clock. Yeah.
What? And you went home that night?
So then yeah.
That's crazy.
So then we had to like pack up all of our stuff, and I remember we were like, packing up a wardrobe, being like, would have wore this for this. Had the shoes for Dripping in Diamonds, walking around being like, I'd have worn these for Dripping in Diamonds runway. Like, I just remember like picturing that, being like, it's crazy. Then we all got back, into our own places, and then my story from that point on went like whole roller coaster.
Well,
like,
no, I know, because from what I know, is it right to say that during that, because it was obviously a 7-month break, you kind of you were homeless for a little bit.
Yeah, oh no, I was homeless, like dead ass. So when I went back, it was like the family house that we were, not the family house, but like my mum's place that we were living in with my mum. My older brother and my twin, we were all living together. And this was like still before Drag Race and all that. So we were like all comfortable in a house together. Okay. So then when I came back from Drag Race, mum was like, I can't afford to stay here. If you guys are able to like pay stuff towards that, we can't afford to stay here. Yeah. So my brother had some place that he could go and stay. My older brother, was like, well, yeah, I'm able to like financially stable myself. Meanwhile, I just spent all my money on Drag Race, and I'm like, well, I can't. So I don't really know what I'm going to do. Was able to stay with some friends while I was homeless, and then homeless people put me into like homeless housing. But like that was such a blessing, that house, because like if anyone that watched like the lockdown thing, it was like a 3-bedroom house basically. To myself, which I had like a living room, which I then used for like my photo shoot. So I would have like all the lights that are in front of you. I'd have that in like the thing with like a green backdrop, and then another side of the room I would use for like actual sets to like make things like for photo shoots and stuff like that. Oh my God. So I was very creative during all of that process, and like even during lockdown, I was like buying in like rhinestones or buying in 2 blonde wigs a week, to then I would like, okay, then that's that for this runway. And like each week I would like work on something for Drag Race to prepare to go back. But I was never like buying new costumes or making anything, because I was like, well, the fabric I had was literally all I had. So I just had to like make new hair, maybe get a shoe for something. And I like reached out to a couple people for like nails and other costume bits and stuff like that. But everything else was really like done during that lockdown bit.
Jesus. Well, no, because I wanted to ask, I was like, I can't imagine going through that, and then especially at the time, knowing you're going back to Drag Race.
Well, we didn't know we were going to go back. Like we did. They were like, well, we sat quiet for at least like 5 months, and then London opened up again a little bit, didn't it? Okay, yeah. So then they brought some of us back to do confessionals, like in this place in London, like literally just like they set us literally in like a box like this, but it was like, we'll put the backdrop that you had when you were on the set behind you, and you would come and do your confessionals to finish the first 4 episodes, so then they could get that right. So yeah, so then we came back to that a little bit, but then afterwards it was like 5, 6, 7, 8. It was like 4 or 3 months after, there was like quiet again until the like last month. It was like, we are preparing to go back to on the screen, and this time, if we're just gonna have to get these episodes out, because if anybody catches COVID, you're just gonna have to go.
That is crazy. So like, do you feel like you had a different mindset? Do you feel like you had a different mindset going in after the break? And do you think that break did good for you or bad?
Very good for me.
Yeah.
Not in the ways that I changed a lot during that time period, but more in the ways that like there was just little things that when I came the first time, I didn't have hair for a couple of runways. Okay. I just had like blonde hair that I was like, well, I could just wear that for that as well. Like it was very much like first time on Drag Race, doing it all yourself, and like literally I had Call Me Sophia do my finale dress, and then I rented a costume from a panto company for my panto outfit.
Oh my God.
And I did the rest myself.
That is insane. Yeah. And you were 21 when you were on Drag Race, weren't you?
Yeah.
See, I was 21 when I was on Drag Race.
And maybe I think that's a bit young. Maybe I was 21. 20,
I think you were. Because you were... I was 21. We were both the youngest on our season, weren't you?
Woo! When are you going to ask me about my hung?
Shut up. So with Drag Race, how would you say that your overall experience was?
On the show, I had such a good time on Drag Race. And like looking at it and like thinking back to like, well, it's funny because I sometimes don't have memories of being there, but because I've seen the episode and I can go on after and look at it. I
completely get it.
I'm like, yeah, well, it must have happened because I was there.
Yeah.
But like, there was a whole episode I remember watching being like, I don't remember any.
No,
like,
such...
I don't remember any of this. Like sitting on the chair, speaking to oh, I'm doing this now. What's her name? Who's that girl who's like, oh, I'm Natalie Cassidy. Natalie Cassidy.
Oh,
Probably spoke to Natalie Cassidy about how to do an acting challenge, and I was like, I don't remember that at
that
all.
is crazy. Did you not keep a diary?
Well, kind of.
Okay.
But the only thing that was in it was like, I hate Lawrence.
Was it really?
No, I had that written. I do have that written in one book, but no, I did keep a bit of a log when I was there, but nothing too crazy. They when we did the lockdown thing, they gave us a book to take away with us. So like when we they gave us a book to be like, try to remember things that happened in the past episodes. Like here's some pointers to talk about, but then also can you keep a log of X, Y, and Z of like what you did. And then we're like the second we got back, we're like start filming yourself like. When you're chilling in your house, eating, when you're walking your dog or whatever, like film it because we were definitely going to do like a documentary thing.
Okay.
So then that was the lockdown Shiro episode.
What was that like then? Because obviously typically when Drag Race is airing, you will kind of just plummet into like quite a lot more work. You'll be doing here, there, everywhere.
Yeah.
So what was it like to be kind of locked in? And then once you got the chance to get out, was it like a bit like overwhelming? Was it like crazy?
Yeah, no, I feel like that's where I have like a lot of like stemming issues from meeting people from Drag Race. Like I've had so many people be like, oh, she's a bitch, like I met her X, Y, and Z here, she's not nice and da da da. And I feel like, well, because we had like nothing, and then we literally like I did that drive and drag tour, and that was still like cars, people. I think we maybe did a couple meet and greets, but it was still very COVID, did it keep distance. But then the first ever experience I had of like, I'm not even gonna say fame, but like gay fame of like actually getting recognized and someone like grabbing you and being really aggressive and wanting things from you is really like so like overwhelming if you've never had that before. So I don't say I've never had that because we're drag queens, we get that all the time, but in different such a different extent than like a hen coming up being like, oh, I love your boots, as in like a gay grabbing you.
It's because they feel like they know you, which like is obviously appreciated in a way, but then also you overconscious because if you don't give them the experience they want, they can be like try cancel you on Twitter or whatever.
And initially I didn't give people the experience that they want because that I'm very authentic. I'm not going to give you any like crap. I'm going to be 110% me. And so then when someone grabs me and I tell them off about that, they don't get very happy about that. But that's just like, but that was what I need to learn where I'm like, well, how am I like in these situations? How is it like reflecting where it gets so negative so quickly to someone being like, oh, well then F you, do you know what I mean? It's like, well, hold on, I didn't try to get there. You grabbed me. So that first like Birmingham Pride was the first time that I ever experienced stuff like that, and it put me on edge afterwards to be like, well, how am I going to be meeting people now? So anytime since then, I was always like very like anxious to meet people. I've had so much like growing and learning of being like, I want to quit drag, tried to quit drag, left like drag a little bit, grew a beard, got a job working in a bar, and was just like kind of like thinking about like actually where I want to like put myself into drag again. And so I found a little bit of that good lane, and then I found a really good sweet spot where I was like, okay, I'm actually quite happy with people coming up and saying hi to me and like recognizing me, and like I can like release those like good emotions to them, and I have a great time now. So when anybody comes and speaks, or even if they do grab me, it's I like there's such a better way of going around doing things when people are acting the fool.
Well, because it's like a learning curve as well, because obviously
it's such a learning curve. And I don't think people give enough people grace about learning curves. Do you know what I mean?
Not at all.
A lot of people need to learn a lot of things, and sometimes when someone does something wrong, it's like they want to get on top of that so quick, and it's like, sure, if it's something insane, absolutely, but it's like girl, mouthy drag queens come off it. Like it's a learning curve that like we all need to let's like learn together about like what's appropriate to do to drag queen and what's like fun and flirty that you can get away with.
No, exactly, because it's just all about boundaries. I mean,
yes.
Like, it's all about boundaries. And like you just mentioned, how like shortly after you moved to Manchester, you did kind of take a break from drag, mainly due to like mental health and financial stability. So, what would you say to anyone, or like specifically Drag Race viewers, that might think that getting on Drag Race gives you like immediate fame, immediate success forever, and like financial stability?
I mean, it does. Like to a huge part, it does. Especially when you first get on the show. Like, oh my god, it's going to bring you so much, and it's definitely something that everybody should do. RuPaul's Drag Race is such a ride, it's a roller coaster that only a few people can get off it successfully. Do you know what I mean? And get off in one piece. Can I say? But like, I think for me, it was the thing that like it was such a big engine that I had never. It was such a big roller coaster that I had never gotten on before. That I didn't know what to do afterwards. When I did get off, and I did get off successfully. You know, I did very well after the show. What I made with like making top 4 or whatever. I didn't win any challenges, but I was still like booked and very, very happy with making money. And I did make a lot of money, but it was a thing where it's like I didn't know what to do with any of it.
Cool.
And it was like, well, where do I put that into doing shows, into then venturing out into doing music and doing this or that or whatever? I really didn't understand how to ride the roller coaster. But looking back now, I'm like, oh, that's how you do it. And like, so anytime that girls get on now, I'm like, do this, pack your suitcase like this, like please do because like it's just gonna be so much easier for you in the long run. So I tried to give as much of experience as I can, but you know, like after the show, like girls, things are expensive. And
so expensive.
And like when you get that money initially, it is very much like, well, I'm 24. I'm not even 24. I was 22, 23.
Yeah.
Like they're the most like immature years of your entire life. I think anybody can say that. Like even when they're 45, 50, they can say that. Or 23, 24. Wild child. And trust wild she was childing. And trust child she was wilding.
She was childing.
I was childish. Childish, let's just say that. And so yeah, it was very like it was a struggle afterwards because I was like, well, and I moved to Manchester and got this really like, you know, high story building, flat apartment, nothing too fancy, but then like they put the rent up and then the cost of living crisis just went up and everything just went so expensive. I was like, so then I literally had to downsize so much, move into like a bedroom, and all my drag went into like a storage unit for like a good like 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
Like everything had to go because I didn't have the space. I literally like had a bedroom and I had a dog. You know what I mean? So I just had to like live in the space I had. So I did try to step back a bit, but like during those times I got like Radio 1's big weekend in Dundee and I got to do some adverts for that and stuff like that. So that was something that I was like, well, yeah, I need to take that because that's like an amazing opportunity. And then there's other gigs as well just during that time that I think maybe Australia was before. But like experiences that I was like, well, I can't quit drag. It's just not possible for me. Like Ellie Diamond was always going to be a part of it, like, and I always want to be a part of her. Do you know what I mean? So like, and I love drag, and like, so I'm so grateful now that I've gone through that experience, that I've had those hard times. Because now looking back, I can be like, well, that made me more of a person I am now today because I've had those hard times and those experiences that I don't think many people will be open and honest about having.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people that are struggling and like they're like, I'm financially here and no one's saying anything.
No, I feel like nowadays, the thing with work and Drag Race and everything, it's the two polar opposites, like in a sense where there's so much Drag Race, like there's 1,000 seasons out every year, and then also, especially like I can only speak for the UK, but there's not like as many jobs going. So like the fees aren't like what they used to because of like maybe because Drag Race is so much popping. But like nobody should ever be embarrassed about like having like a day job or whatever, but I feel like some people, especially with sometimes because some of the toxic fans will relate that to, oh, you're flopping, you're a flop.
And I think it's a lot to do with the fandom.
It is
like where we are currently at New York. Yes, supplied. Yep. Like when I started working here during the bar work, I was just like, okay, like I'm just gonna get a bar job and like make some money doing bar. Yeah. Let me tell you that I made a lot of money. Yeah. And then also like meeting people here, they're like, why are you working behind the bar? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, do you still do drag? I'm like, yeah, girl, I've got a full wardrobe filled with clothes. And guess what? On Fridays and Saturdays, I do drag. Yeah. But like on a Thursday, I still need to get my coin so I can live until the next Monday.
No, exactly. But no, I feel like, especially with Drag Race nowadays as well, because it's so true that not everyone gets the career they might think that they might out of it because it's so like oversaturated. But you just kind of have to like create your own opportunities.
And that's it, like creating your own. And that's what I've been thinking now is like, because what Lawrence just did her tour, but she's done like 3 UK tours, but she did that one just I went to go see, what was it? Memoirs of My Shag.
Oh yeah.
It was phenomenal. I literally was so inspired. I was like, that's sickening. I was like, and for the past 3 years, I'm like, I need to do a Christmas tour. I need to do a Christmas show.
I would love to do a Christmas tour.
Are you good at Christmas?
I would love to do a Christmas tour.
That's what I asked.
Oh, am I good at Christmas? Am I good at Christmas? I can be.
Okay, sick me. There we go. I think we should do a Christmas tour. But I've been wanting to do it for ages. Well, like I want to do a Christmas album as well, but I have it in my like head, and I have it written on paper. There's some stuff I have like jotted down, but I'm just like I just need to like proactively do it.
No, literally, we should do it. If there's not any promoters out there that are watching or listening that want to do a Christmas tour, let's fucking do it.
And any promoters that don't want to steal our money, like let us know.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Because there is too many of them nowadays. So, coming to the end, there are 2 segments slash games that I want to play. So, the first one is Flirt.
Oh, we're playing a game.
Yeah.
Okay,
The first one is Flirt, Fight, Forget. Have you ever played that before?
Flirt,
Fight, Forget.
Forget.
It's basically like
it's not
Mario Void.
Gotcha.
So, I have chosen 3 of your UK season 2 sisters.
I swear, if you're shady with this, I'm gonna.
I
don't care if you've not watched The Wizard of Oz. If you say some girl's name, I'm coming over you, mate.
Okay. Well, in that case, Tia Coffee. They're not on the list, but I will say their name now. Tia Coffee, Ahura, and.
So, what was it? Fight,
Flirt, and Forget.
Forget.
Okay.
Flirt with Ahura and fight with Tia Coffee. No, fight with Ahura and flirt with Tia. Ooh.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Actually, me and Tia had a bit of a romance on the show that they never really captured, nor did they really air if they did capture anything. But we were very flirtatious on the show.
Oh my god.
There was a thing that I had said, and I honest to God think she might have popped a boner because she just got so she was like, say that again. I was like, cherry cola, and she was like, oh, I like when you say that.
What the hell?
Like, all right, Tia. And she was like, okay, let's say cherry cola again. Like sex like that. And we spoke a lot, and we would touch, and we would hold hands, and we would get very snuggly like that. But I was like that with Stina as well. I was listening to it. But no, me and Stina were so, like, you know those muscle guns?
Yes.
During Cats rehearsal, I was like, oh my inner fat. And she got me to and she was like, grab my leg.
Oh
and she was,
my god.
Just,
well, I remember Releasa used to give massages to people, and everyone was like, Releasa's so hot. And I literally remember, and I know, well,
asking for a massage just to get a better touch.
Literally. But to be fair, I don't even think I'm crazy in saying this because Zahara will admit it and she will agree with me. But I remember when a few of us got haircuts, I remember being in the waiting room, seeing Lavoine. I remember being like, hi, Lavoine.
You would?
I in that moment, I was like, you look nice. But no, I wouldn't because she'd be like,
my sexy
go on, babe, give us a rub, babe.
Oh no, I don't think I could with Lavoie.
I mean, I don't think I would have, but I just thought she looks nice with a fresh trim.
So yeah, fight with Ahura.
Okay.
Flirt with Tia and forget.
Okay, and the next game I want us to play is the Spoonful of Truth. So they're basically just questions, but they're a little bit shadier and just little quick answers. So, speaking of fucking sisters, is it true that you wanted to fuck Thorgy Thor?
No.
Okay.
I want to go on a date with her. I feel like Thorgy's like a very fun person. And I'm like, I want to just like smoke.
Yeah.
And like go to charity shops, like have a little like urban time in New York. I think we'd have a great time together.
And my second question following that is, did you really try steal or like rob Thorgy Thor with that dress?
No. So I didn't realise it because when I had sold loads of stuff, was getting so many payments through PayPal at one time.
Okay, fair enough.
And I was saying to people, the message I sent to everybody was, once you send me a payment, screenshot your name on PayPal, and then send me your address with a screenshot of who you were. So I could like list the PayPal person to then and make sure it's all right. And I did it right with everybody. Everyone got the thing, and there was no other issues. And then 6 months later, it wasn't even 6 months, but it was a long time later, I wore the outfit because nobody had claimed it. Like, Thorgy hadn't messaged me back. She messaged saying that she wanted it, but I didn't see a PayPal or whatever. So then she messaged me once I had used it, and she was like, why are you wearing my dress and why have you not sent me it? And I was like, why have you not messaged me about it? I was like, if you had messaged me, I would have been fine. It would have been no bother, but you didn't say shit. So I was like, well, I'm going to wear the dress. But literally right the day after, she was like, I want my dress. I boxed it up, sent it over. And then I was like, can you pay for shipping?
Oh, okay.
And she was like, yeah, I'll pay for shipping. That's fine. Yeah, cool. Woo, woo, woo. I love pink.
And then Roscoe's came out.
And then everyone was like, yeah, you got a dress. But she mentioned before, just to be like Roscoe, she was like, I said some funny shit and like made up some like fun like after story with this whole dress. Like, I was like,
I love her. I think Thorgy's
amazing.
She's incredible. I would love to meet her, or even better yet, work with her.
Or better yet, fuck her.
Oh right. The next question is there a Drag Race queen you can't stand / fuck with besides the one that was already named? Since I'm guessing that would be the answer.
You know what? I don't know. Well,
or is there anyone that you just don't fuck with?
No. Well, there's some girls that I think will not fuck with me.
Okay.
But there's some tea on that. But I genuinely feel like I can go into a room with anybody and get along with them.
Okay.
Regardless of who you are. And that other girl that we're not going to name, not going to name now, but we named before, and you can like scroll back and like listen to that last question. I'll get along with her as well. If she was in a dressing room, God, can you say how you doing? You know, how are you working with, you know, how are things, you know. I can move on and forget. Some people can't. And
so who wouldn't fuck with you then? Give me one queen that might not fuck with you.
So I can tell you when I went up to them to say hi at DragCon, Pangina and Kennedy Davenport were not trying to entertain me at all. Literally walked straight over and I was like, hi. I was like, I loved like you guys this season. Like I remember Kennedy, I worked with you before. And I think Kennedy went, thank you, baby.
Thank you, baby. To be fair.
And like looked the other direction and I was...
I swear she did that to someone else as well. And a funny story, like, interaction I've got, and I don't know why, but Eureka, we were in the drag room dressing in the green room for all the girls, and it was literally just me and my two friends that were helping me, and then I think there was like 3 or 4 queens from Drag Race France.
Yeah, I've heard this. Okay, go.
And then she goes, does anybody have a makeup wipe? And I go, no. And then she kind of looked at me funny because I had a tissue in my hand, but I was just like rubbing it because I just performed, so I was sweating. She goes, no. I go, no, this is just a tissue. And she goes, yeah, you need a makeup wipe, you fucking ugly bitch. I was like, what? Paranoid, I'd never met her in my life. And then before, funny enough, and then before we did the number, I was like, oh, we were just like briefly chatting, and I go, so what are you performing then? She goes, oh, I do classical drag, you do the boom boom cat Actavia, I do classic drag. And I'm like, you are crazy, but I love you.
Eureka's a funny one. I got another story about Eureka. So I think it's someone else told me this story, but I'm going to tell it like it's mine because it's funny. We were in the lobby of the hotel, and Eureka comes in. Oh, I need a wheelchair. Someone gets her a wheelchair. They maybe thought it was for somebody else. It was her. She came over and went, okay, cool. Now take me to my room. Someone starts wheeling her to her room, and she stops and she says, nah, whose dick have I got to suck around here to get one of them hot cookies?
I think I've heard that story.
Because it was the double tree and they were giving out cookies, so she must have seen someone with a cookie and went, oh, what am I gonna do around here to get me one of them hot cookies?
Oh my god, she is just...
But we love her. I was next, her booth was right next to me, and she was key. She was so funny.
Oh yeah, she's an icon.
She is.
So my last question is, since it's called a spoonful, if there was only one food that you could eat spoonfuls of for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Spoonfuls of?
Yeah. One food that you could eat.
Pizza.
What pizza? What toppings?
Just give me cheese pepperoni.
From where?
You know what? Give me like a little Asda one. Because then I can put my own sauce on it and like get creative with the toppings. I like my own base, so I can put my own things on top.
Okay.
But like just a cheap little like pepperoni and cheese. Oh.
I mean, to be fair, they are quite banging if you add your own toppings. That's fair enough.
Yeah, but like even if like girl, even just that itself, like get back to the basics, like cheese and pepperoni. That's where it's at.
Classic.
You don't need to get yourself anything fancy, Waitrose or...
Do you like pineapple?
I do.
I do as well.
I do like ham and pineapple, and you can come for me in the comments.
And come for me later in the bed. But no, before we do go, is there anything like you want to plug? Or
make sure to follow me on Instagram, Ellie Diamond Official, TikTok, Ellie Diamond. I go live on TikTok. I love doing TikToks. And come see me at New York every Friday and Saturday. Well, not every Friday and Saturday, because sometimes I take breaks or I do gigs elsewhere. But yeah, every Fridays and Saturdays on Bloom Street in New York in
City.
Manchester's Canal Street. Woo! There's loads of girls down here.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
If you come down to Manchester on a good weekend, you could, honest to God, see like queens from every season. Yeah, no joke. Yeah. Scott Claus was just here. Yeah, who was it? Coppertop was here. There's loads of girls.
Oh yeah, and then
you're also here. Zahira. Charra, Chanel. There's loads of girls here. Some other girls on... Oh.
What? Oh, yes. Anyway. But no, thank you so much for coming. I do
Thank you so much for having me on the Spoonful.
And I am not a YouTuber, and I hate saying this, but make sure to tap the subscribe button, leave a comment and a like. And I will see you
girlies.
On the next episode. Goodbye.
Adios.
It's so muggy.
It's so muggy. Bitch, these turkeys make me wanna vote.